Ninth time he scored 30 or more in a playoff game. That is Luka Doncic coming to the podium.
How did you feel out there?
Good. Getting my win back. I'm a little bit tired now, but it felt great to be back.
Any sort of obstacles or any sort of trust issues you may have had in the camp, or did that not really cross your mind?
I mean, I think at the beginning, you're always just thinking about it a little bit. I think later, when the game went on, I kind of forget about it. But to start, always just a little bit to think about it. But it was all good.
When you hit that step back three over Gobert in the last minute, obviously you were excited. You pointed at somebody that had some words. What was going on there?
To who?
I don't know who you pointed. It looked like you pointed at somebody.
No, I was just excited, man. It's playoff basketball. If you hit that shot, you gotta be excited.
How would you assess the final play, the shot you guys got?
I mean, we didn't really execute it well. I should have done maybe drive the ball. We should have get a better shot. But it's tough, man. We had a game. Now it's 2-2. We just got to learn from it and go to the next one.
You guys have done this before where you don't advance the ball. Obviously, it didn't work on this play, but what advantage do you think you get from that?
I think it's open court. With 11 seconds, I couldn't receive the ball from the beginning, and then I went and they doubled. But just the open court, and they have Rudy, I think, in the corner, so if he's going to help, somebody's going to be open.
Look, when you made that step back three, did you think that y'all had won it then?
No, I didn't think. It was a long game, man, but I was just excited. It's my first game back. I was really excited, but there was some calls we couldn't control, but we got to stop fouling.
They reviewed when you got elbowed in the face. What did you think of the decision not to call it for anything?
I talked to a couple guys. I think by the NBA rules, when they call this and then something to the face, I think should be a technical foul. If I'm not wrong, I think that's by the rules. So I don't know. I mean, they review it, so I guess this is not, but I don't know.
What did you think of the offensive focus in the fourth quarter? Did you feel like you guys might have gone away from hunting out mismatches, or Jason talked a little bit about just the ball movement in the third quarter and how effective it was, and how it didn't fully translate over. Yeah,
I think the third quarter describes who we are. I think in the first half we didn't do nothing good. We came back, so we had a chance to win. It was a big third quarter. We just got to start like this from the beginning. But overall, I think we did good. They have 100 points. They're, I think, #1 offensive team in the NBA. So I think we did pretty good.
A lot of you guys are back from last year's playoffs, and you've shown the ability to bounce back pretty strong this year. What do you think maybe that you took away from last year's playoffs that maybe could help you as you go forward here?
I mean, last year, we took Clippers, which had Kawhi and PG, to 7 games. It was a very exciting playoffs. I enjoy every moment. I mean, but we should have. I mean, if we won it would be even more. But as we go, you gotta go game by game. Sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose. But we gotta learn. And today we gotta stop fouling, and that's what we gotta learn from it.
Okay, we've got time for one on Zoom. Kevin Gray.
Kevin Gray, 105 to the fan. Luka, what's the biggest positive you could take away from your return and from what happened despite not getting the win that you can take with you going into Game 5 on Monday?
I mean, just being back, I miss basketball. I'm just excited to be back. I have fun out there whenever it's just playing basketball, just having fun, playing basketball. And what could be better than in the playoffs? Playoffs are always excited, so I'm just glad to be back.
That was because I got two-time All-Star Carlos Boozer with me, and I got the baddest of the bad boys, champion Rick Mahorn in the building. I got my big, so I'm ready for all the smoke, just like the Utah Jazz are ready for all the smoke. They tied the series against the Dallas Mavericks 2-2. Rudy Gobert with the huge play finishes with 17 and 15. The alley-oop pass from Donovan Mitchell. We have conversations about what could potentially happen next year. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the game today. They tie the series. Boozer, what's your immediate reaction to seeing how this game ended?
I'm just excited for them, man. I thought that was the first game that Rudy really stepped into the series and was dominant. I thought, again, Donovan was terrific all series long, but he trusted his big fella at the end of the game to go up there, get a dunk at the basket. They played good defense. Luka was not going to beat them tonight. They double-teamed him, gave the ball to somebody else. Big win for the Jazz.
Big win for the Jazz. And you mentioned Luka. They didn't stop him. However, he still finished with 30 points. He hadn't played since April 8, returned back from that calf injury. And Rick, what were your thoughts just on Luka in his first game back? Let me ask you this one first. Outside of how he looked, if you're Jason Kidd, if you're the coach, would you have brought him back for this game or would you have saved him? Which direction would you have gone? Do you think they made the right decision?
I think they made the right decision. You got to have your stars. You got to have your stars, especially in the playoffs. He's a very important part of what Dallas Mavericks does. He's 50 to 60%. The ball is in his hands, and he did work tonight. But you have to give it to Utah. Utah did what they had to do. It was a must-win situation. Yeah. Otherwise, they would have been going back to Dallas down 3-1. So when you're in that position, that's what you have to take.
Luka was huge. 4 threes in this one. Didn't miss from the free throw line. 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Played well late, and he was talking that talk. You know how Luka does. The Mavericks had won every single fourth quarter coming into Game 4. But then, late in the game, y'all bigs, y'all know all about that. Finishing with that flush. Rick, when you saw that play ran, especially with those two, we've heard so much mentioned about Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. Do they get along? Do they not? What's going to happen? Again, pushing that to the side, your thoughts on that final play?
It was trust. You have to trust your big man. Knowing that he got burnt on the defensive end earlier with Doncic and it kind of taking him to the hole. But Luka, you got to make sure that you take care of your players. And when Mitchell went off that pick, he just threw it up in the air. Who else was going to get it? Deep Howe wasn't going to get it. It was all about Rudy Gobert and to finish the game strong. And that was great for him to build his confidence as well moving forward.
So, looking forward, obviously we know Game 5, Monday night, always pivotal in the series. Booz, who do you think has the momentum right now watching this game going into that game?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say the Jazz do, but to be honest, most times in the series, the team that lost usually has an edge on their shoulder. They're also going home back to Dallas. Now you got Luka with another game under his belt, got the first game off. He looked great, but he's probably a little rusty, not trusting his whole body all the way. Going home now, they're going to have a little bit of an edge because they'll be in their own building and they're coming off a loss.
Going back home.
Look, they lost the first game to Utah. This is important for Utah to go down there and try to win again. If they do not win again, they done had couple of games in Utah and, won one and lost one. So it's like this is the time to get it. When Luka was down, they had that chance. But then you had a guy named Jalen Brunson that said, okay, I'm about to give you that smoke, that heat, whatever you want. 41, dropping it on your head. And we're going to go up to Utah and win another game.
So obviously we know that Brunson